A military charity is calling on the government to spend more on treatment for soldiers who are suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. The number of veterans seeking help for PTSD and other mental health issues has risen by more than a quarter in the past year, according to the group Combat Stress. Our reporter Daniel Hawkins has been meeting with war veterans and hearing how they're coping.
Over a decade of British involvement in the Iraq and Afghan wars have left their scars. Hundreds of thousands killed, wounded and displaced. The military has also suffered casualties, but it is often the hidden damage which is ignored and is having a worsening impact on ex-service personnel and even wider society.
So we're in this ditch, there's some Taliban over there.
Former Army Captain Mark Evans studies footage of his patrols in Helmand, Afghanistan. For him, the memories are all too vivid. He suffered from PTSD after returning from duty.
You find ways to get to try and actually relieve the pain, to stop the chatter. Drink is the most obvious and most available way to do that. You end up spending a lot of money, you end up doing reckless things, and when you are drunk, you can often be aggressive. In my case, it ended up with self-harm and even contemplations of suicide. For the people around you, I think it's hell.
200 metres to the east.
With post-traumatic stress disorder on the rise among British Armed Forces personnel, thousands of veterans end up homeless or in prison after returning from service. Recent studies from Combat Stress show a 26% increase in cases of PTSD last year. Critics say MOD services and charities are overwhelmed with cases of PTSD. The government has announced a £1.1 billion spending plan to boost the UK's military capabilities. Money will go towards drones and special forces, but questions are being asked as to why, despite the money being available in the defence budget, adequate care is still often not being provided for veterans. The government has denied funding is insufficient.
We have invested £7.4 million in improving our mental health services to ensure the best possible help is available to everyone who needs it, whether they are a reserve, regular or veteran.
But not everyone's convinced.
There needs to be excellent aftercare, and at the moment that's not happening. They talk about honouring the covenant. Well, I want to start seeing it, because at the moment it's a broken covenant.
A former soldier and PTSD sufferer himself, Martin now helps others like him recover. But many former soldiers, including one of Martin's clients, believe the government should be doing more to tackle this crisis.
There's various organisations that can help, but the time frame is anything from 2 years plus. It could even be 3 years. And to have a soldier to live with PTSD or the symptoms with PTSD for that amount of time is unimaginable. I mean, the amount of pain and stress and emotional stress that they're going through, not just them, their families as well. That we need something doing. How can we let people live that amount of time in such pain?
Daniel Hawkins, RT, London.